Hey, it's Mike from Louisiana. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I want to talk about something that not a lot of people really talk about, and that is marriage and real estate. So you're on fire. You've got the knowledge, you've got the motivation, you've got the money, you've got everything in place, and you're ready to go take on the world and build your vast real estate empire. But your spouse might not be on board. This can be a problem. We're gonna talk about it in this video. Okay, so I want to tell you a story about my situation. My wife and I were very young. We had 4 kids. We had kids pretty early. My wife was a stay-at-home mom with all 4 kids. We were building a business, and I was also in the middle of flipping a house. I was working about 60 hours a week. When I would just close the store, I would go down and start working on that house till probably 9 or 10 o'clock at night. I repeated this cycle. I was exhausted, and my wife was at her wit's end. This was a very difficult time in our marriage. In fact, it was probably the closest we ever got to her beating me up. Which brings me to the point of this video. If you're like me, when you get your mind on something, it's like you go all in on it. A lot of us are that way when it comes to investing. The problem with personalities like mine is sometimes we leave our partner in the dust. If they aren't there mentally and are not 100% on board, then it could cause a problem. Now, I know a lot of the real estate gurus don't talk about this, but it is something that can cause issues in a marriage. So what's the answer? What do you do? Typically, opposites attract. Usually there's one person in the family who's real serious and maybe is the budgeter, and there's the other one who likes to just have fun, and that's great. That makes for a great marriage. There's so many different reasons why a married couple would not be on the same page. There might be some issues of fear about finances that one deals with and the other one doesn't. There might be stuff in the past that's happened to them, credit-wise, finance-wise, where things didn't go the way they thought they should, and now they have a little bit of a sour taste in their mouth about investing. This is where understanding seasons comes into play. For my particular situation, flipping a house when I have 4 babies at home and a wife who's at her wit's end, trying to take care of the house and feed the kids and do everything that goes along with being a super mom, it probably wasn't the best time for me to go and do that. Whereas if I would have waited for the right season when the kids were older, when life was a little bit easier, then it would have been something that would have probably gone a lot better. Fast forward a few years in our life, we're flipping a house and our kids are helping us. They were investing, they were doing the work, we were all doing it together as a family. It was such a better experience for us. And it was a great feeling when I got to give the kids each their own little paycheck after it was done. My wife was on board, the kids were on board, everybody was on board. It was a great, great time in our life. So as a wife and a husband, we've got to take a step back and look at our situation and go, is right now the right time? And I know that we hear so often, oh, the best time to start is today. Oh, if you're not investing today, if you're not buying houses today, what are you doing, yo? No, that's not always right. That's not always great advice. That's not always a plan to success. Success is peace in your house. And so, like I said, take a step back, assess your situation, have a real conversation with your spouse and say, hey, this is something I really want to do. Are you on board? This is what's going to entail. If you're planning on being a landlord, hey, this is what's going to happen. I might have to be gone on the weekends to go fix stuff or do this or do that. At that point, that might be an issue for them. And you might have to just say, well, you know what? It's going to cost me a little bit more money. I may not make as much, but I'm going to get me a property manager to take care of the properties. And that money you spent will be well spent for peace in your marriage. Happy wife, happy life. That's what I live by. No amount of money, no number of rental doors is worth your marriage, is worth your family. Getting started in real estate can be hard because when you start off, you are everything. You are the bookkeeper. You are the property manager. You are cleaning things. You are out there looking. You're doing things. Now fast forward today, my wife and I, we are a team. My wife loves to look for properties. I hate looking for properties. She's constantly sending me listings. So we do what we're good at. She's good at finding, she's good at the shopping, I'm good at the buying. So we make a great team. There is peace in our situation. Now I can go out and buy a house and she doesn't even know about it because she has full confidence in me. Now go back 20 years when I bought my first little trailer. If you've never seen that video, you've got to see it. I'll post it here or here. One of these days I'm gonna learn which way it goes. I bought that first little trailer for $2,000. She was nervous. I was nervous. We were both nervous because I didn't know if I knew what the heck I was doing. But she trusted in me. She took a leap of faith. She took a little bet on me and she let me have some rope and it worked out great. It was an awesome experience for me because I knew that win or lose, my wife believed in me, and that made the experience so much more powerful for me and gave me so much confidence because I knew she was on board with that. So, in marriage, there's power in unity. In everything that you do, everything that you try to accomplish, it's better when there's two. So my suggestion, if your spouse is not on board, is to give them a little space. Don't push them. Don't try to make them see it your way. Just relax. Have a conversation. If they're against it, you might have to wait for a different season. But definitely try to make them as much of the process as possible. Try to find out what the issue is and talk about it. Communication is one of the greatest tools in marriage and in any relationship. Okay, enough from Dr. Phil. That's right, Oprah. I hope this video helped a little bit. I would love to hear your comments down below. Please hit like and subscribe on the video, and I will see you on the next one.